Recently, I've been taking a full-time approach with streaming in my Pokemon card business. And today, in this video, I'm gonna show you the reality of what that looks like, the pros, the cons, and I'm gonna go into financials and everything else like that.
The first thing to know is that your home will become a landing zone for just endless binders and cards and whatnot.
Whatnot. That's a great name, I just realized.
We got random sleeves and semi-ridges there.
And while I do film videos from my apartment, I don't actually stream from here. So now I'm gonna jump in the car and head to the office and the location where I stream. All right, here we are. This is the office that I stream from. We've got KB right here. He is my shipper, technically, for the streaming. He's got a YouTube channel as well, and he's also a streamer, content creator, and seller. KB Pokemon TCG. That's the channel. More on him in a little bit. This is currently the setup that I stream from. The goal today is gonna be to fix this setup and actually organize it. So I thought this is the perfect day to record this video to show you the process on that and my thoughts in creating a good setup. Just to add a little bit of social proof and validity, I can't say that word, to this video and to what I'm doing. I'm gonna give you some stats right now. So I have currently 18,000 followers on the platform that I stream from. We're currently doing 5 figures of revenue every single week on the platform. That's sales, not profit. I'm gonna go into more of the profit and stuff later on in the video. I'm probably streaming around 2 to 3 times every day. So even though I'm not streaming full-time 9 to 5, you'll see after watching today's video that the entire process is a full-time process, and that's like sourcing products, shipping, and everything else in between. I try to stream every single day, but obviously I've got other commitments as well, other businesses, other YouTube stuff that I do, other Pokemon stuff that I do as well. But if I can, if I'm here, I'm not traveling, I like to do one stream every day. And obviously the platform that I'm streaming on is called Whatnot. You might have heard about it. If not, I'll give you a rundown in this video. But let's go into what a Pokemon card streamer actually does. All right, so this is the area that I stream from, and again, we're gonna fix this up today and improve it. But as I said, I'm gonna go into like what an actual Pokemon streamer does. I know for a lot of you it probably sounds very foreign. Essentially, I've been doing YouTube content in the Pokemon world or Pokemon space for a while now. I also have got a store as well, a Shopify store, PokeRand.net. That's where I, stock singles, stock booster boxes, retail stuff, all that kind of jazz, And then I started streaming on Whatnot maybe like a year or more ago, but it was very casual. I was doing like one stream a month, if that really. But then this last like month or so, I've been really trying to level it up and turn it into an actual profitable business where I stream full time. So the reason why Whatnot is a great platform, and the reason why this kind of like streaming and it's almost like, it's like a version of teleshopping back in the day, when they used to be like, $9.99, buy this cooker now. It's like that. But the difference between the two, having like a Pokemon store online or a brick and mortar retail store and something like Whatnot, which is live. Let me go back a little bit. So Whatnot is a live streaming platform, okay? So you literally go live on your phone, you show the card on screen or you show the item on screen that you want to sell, either for auction or buy it now. And then people watching the stream can literally click right there, buy, or they can bid right there in the app. It's like a mix between eBay and QVC essentially, But the reason why it's really, really good and the big difference between the two is your stock could sit on your website for, months, years maybe. Whereas on Whatnot, if you've got people watching the stream, and that's going to be a big part of this obviously, they've got the chance to buy it there and then, especially on auction. If you put an auction, 10-second auction for example, of this Charizard right here, it's going to sell. This card will sell. Someone wants this Charizard, they'll buy it. It might be £1, it might be £10, it might be £30, but it's gonna sell. So the main reason why Whatnot is a really good platform and the preferred app and service and store for people is because it's guaranteed liquidity. It's guaranteed sales. It might not be the margin you want, but that's also part of the game, in your ability. So that's ultimately what you do. I'll show you right here. Spin the camera around, say I'm live. I'm like, hey guys, how's it going? We got this Charizard, Dark Charizard right here, non-holo from Team Rocket. You can show the condition as well. This is a really good thing about Whatnot and this live aspect is that I can show the condition of this card in clear detail. And unlike eBay, say, or my store, they can get like a 360 view of the card. They can see all the different angles of it, and they can make a justified and an educated decision as best they can do without being able to actually hold the card, of course. It's of course not all singles either. Some people like to do packs and rips. And imagine if you're scrolling Whatnot or you're at home and you want to buy some packs, you can't buy a pack from the website and open it there and then. And even though on Whatnot, you are not actually opening the pack, someone is opening the pack for you, So I've definitely fallen victim of this. I use Whatnot as a buyer as well as a streamer and a seller. But essentially, look, like you can, see your pack get opened and you have that feeling, that rush of whether you're going to get something or whether you're going to obviously in most cases in Pokemon get absolutely nothing, which we have exhibited right here by getting nothing. There's a code card for you. So that's a little rundown about what Pokemon streaming and especially Whatnot is. I'm sure a lot of you knew that and it might have been boring, but for those who didn't, I wanted to give that explanation. I've got a few links that you can use if you want to go and check out Whatnot as a buyer and also as a seller. If you go to the description right now and use my link, you can get £10 off your first order. You do, I believe, have to pay shipping. However, I've got a fun tactic for you guys if you want to avoid paying shipping as well. When people stream on Whatnot, they always run giveaways. every single day, every streamer is running a free giveaway every 5 minutes. It might be as little as a single card, like this Swab Blue right here, or it might be as much. I mean, I've been giving away booster boxes, not like this. This is like a 400, 500 pound box, but I've been giving away Shiny Treasure EX box, which is like a 30, 40 pound box every 5 minutes. And if you win one of those giveaways, the streamer, i.e. me, will pay for the shipping. So if you're a viewer and you're in the stream, just keep entering the giveaways. And then once you've won the giveaway, you don't have to pay shipping for anything you buy because the seller's already paid for your shipping, you know? So that's when you can then use your code, £10. So essentially, use my link, go and check out Whatnot. You get free £10 or $15, I think, if you're in America. Join giveaways, stay active in the streams, or buy something, and then you can also get then another £10 for free. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, £10 free, link in the description. I'll also put a link there as well if you want to start selling on Whatnot. If you're a business or you're a creator or you're someone who's been selling elsewhere, maybe like eBay or online, and you want to join Whatnot as a seller, I've got a link there for you as well. And again, both links do support me as well. So if you do check out Whatnot, I would really appreciate if you use my links. Let's go. So what are the pros and cons of streaming on Whatnot? The con right now is this absolute mess you can see all around my desk. There are cards everywhere, there are pack wrappers everywhere, there's just binders lying around. KV actually keeps this place really tidy, so shout out to him for doing that. But as you can see, it just amounts to, you know, mayhem in here. The pros, however, on Whatnot is that you can actually make a lot of money doing this. You can turn over a lot of revenue. And the biggest thing is you can be more liquid. You know, you can get guaranteed sales, like I said earlier. So if I list something, it's gonna sell. Someone's gonna buy it as long as it's not an awful card. We actually had a card that didn't sell the other day. I'll show you. Here it is. This card didn't sell. And as you can see, I wrote on it and immortalized it. 29th of August 2024, 0 bids. 0. I just realized that date makes no sense. 29th of what? But if it's a good item, it's gonna likely sell. But of course, that's not all profit. And in fact, a lot of the stuff on Whatnot isn't a profit. So let's get into the financials and the nitty gritty of the money side of things. All right, so financials, okay? So if you watch Whatnot, if you watch me, you might think, oh my goodness me, this guy makes so much money, he's doing so well. And again, while I am making good money on Whatnot, I'm making good profit. Not every transaction and not every day is going to be a profitable day. And the margins aren't what you think they are either, okay? So first and foremost, on Whatnot, you get an 8% commission. So that means every £100 you sell on Whatnot in an order, they will take £8 of that, or $8. You can convert the currency to your one, same maths, you know? And then there's also a fee for the payment processing as well, which I think is like 25, 30p per transaction or something like that. 29p plus 2.5%. So this is what you got to remember about selling cards, okay, and selling items, especially, and it's the same with eBay. It's probably even more difficult with eBay because, you know, you have to attract the viewers to your page, which is the same as Whatnot, but Whatnot has like a really nice explore page where you can like see people live. So if you're someone who has no audience, you can still hop on Whatnot and actually make some sales. And you might actually get a Randolph raid, which helps you a lot. I've loved doing that recently, just raiding some smaller streamers and buying some stuff in their streams. But yeah, 8% plus 2.5% plus 30p, it ends up working out probably like 11%. So if I sell £100 worth of stuff, I'm gonna get £89, and then that doesn't even count in the tax that I have to pay, like the VAT when I sell something. It doesn't account for the staff, like KV. I've got to pay KV. He's not cheap, let me tell you that, man. This guy's a hard bargain, let me tell you that. But obviously all the supplies as well. He's using top loaders right now. We've got padded envelopes, we've got bubble wrap, you know, we've double packed, triple packed sometimes. We sometimes have to increase the shipping as well. Like if I give away something that's a bigger box than what I've listed, I will then just pay the shipping on top of that with raw mail. I don't have to do that, but obviously I do that. And then obviously you've got sourcing products. And I think this is like let me put my phone down. I'm not actually reading it now. It's just for show. I was holding my phone here like I'm doing anything. It's literally nothing. It's a picture of my daughter. But yeah, so obviously when people see me buy like a 10 grand box, they're like, oh my goodness me, like this guy's just got so much money. And obviously I've got a nice pool of money to play with, but that's like business money, you know. It's money that I need to buy and store stock. And as all businesses around the world are and how they operate, whether it's Pokemon, whether it's cars or media marketing, whatever it is, it's all about margins, you know. And that's why a lot of tech companies do so well, because their margins can be really, really high, because what they're selling can have like an infinite ceiling of price, you know. Whereas Pokemon, that's not the reality. And also with streaming and Whatnot, that's not the reality even more, because you don't know what the price is going to be. I can list a card for £100 on my website and it can sit there forever, but I've got a good margin on it. However, with Whatnot, you also run the risk on getting a £100 card go for £60, £70. And that's what puts a lot of people off. And even in this time I've been here full time, I've noticed a lot of people do that. However, I believe if you are willing to take risks, and if you're willing to sort of play the averages, you can win really big on Whatnot and you can do really, really well. But it's not all glitter, if that makes sense. So let's use the Dark Charizard right here as another example. Let's put it on the Whatnot card stand right there. This card, and again, I'm speaking in examples here. I don't know exactly how much this card goes for. I probably should work it out for the video, but I want to just paint the pictures rather than use actual facts because it's just easy to understand. But say this card's got a market price of £10, okay? And that's the price that people want to sell it for. This is really big here. This is really important, like lesson I'm teaching you guys. If the market price is £10 and that's what it sells for from me on Whatnot, right? I'm gonna get £8.90 or something like that. And again, I'm really bad at maths. £8.90 minus 20% VAT minus all the fees I have to pay for shipping it out, for the materials, etc. I'm probably gonna make like, well, let's do the actual math. I'm gonna put my phone up real quick. £10. Take away 11%, we're there with £8.9 or $8.09, whatever you want to do. Divide by 1.2 to get the VAT off, £7.50. And then obviously let's take 30p to cover top loaders, envelopes, etc. Take away 0.30. So my price that I take home for this card is £7.11. Okay, and you're thinking, cool, you made £7 there. No, because I had to get the card. I had to acquire the card. This is the hardest part, man. So if the market price is £10, where on earth do I get the card for £7? This is why when you see people vended at shows, this is where you see people buying. Buyers are trying to, or stores or sellers or streamers are trying to get the item for less than market. That's the only way it can work, So I pay a lot of people 80%. That's when I'm at shows, I pay people 80%, and they usually take that first time because I also don't want a time waste. I also don't want to, lowball, and also I know that the seller has to make their percent as well. And if I'm paying 80%, then again they're not getting market either. So it goes around like this. So 70% of a market price of £10 is £7. So there, on this card, I would have made, this comes to £7.11. I've made 10p on that card. Now, that's if that card goes for £10. Often, on my Whatnot, the cards go for more than market, and there are a few reasons why that is the case. It's not all the time, by the way. Often I lose big on Whatnot. KB will tell you, I also give a load of stuff away, but I also understand how the bigger picture works. The more I give away, the more I, showcase people can get steals on my Whatnot, and the more people get stuff under market, the more they're going to come back, So it's like you win some, you lose some, and I'm playing the betting game that I will win more than I'll lose. Okay? But the reason why Whatnot can sometimes have inflated prices or higher than market is, number one, they can see the card right here. Like I said before, if you're buying online, eBay or whatever, you can't see the actual condition of the card, and there are so many times that people label and misjudge the condition of the card. That's why grading companies exist. Shout out to Ace Grading, honorable mention. I am a founder and part owner of Ace Grading. You can use my code Randy for 5% off. That's why grading companies exist, because I can show you this card right here. You can see it's a Mewtwo EX Mint 9. That's not all grading companies do, but that's the general consensus of it. I don't have to say, oh, this is got a nick here, it's got some white in it. I can say to you, mint condition 9. And obviously, a company like Ace Grading is we finally got there, by the way, is very respected in the community. The grading scale is known and the quality of the service is known, So, but if it's a single card, how on earth can you see the condition? So I'm showing it off, and you can get a better view. Number two is you're buying from a reputable source. You're buying from someone like me who you've watched countless YouTube videos. You've seen me rant 30, 40 minutes about the Pokemon community, the market. You know how authentic I am. You know how much I care. You know how much my heart is in the community. So you know that you can trust me when you're buying cards. So if I say it's near mint, you're going to know it's near mint. If I sell a card and I think it's not near mint, I'll either fix that, or I'll give away something else, or I'll add something to your package. Number three, there's an entertainment factor, I like to be entertaining. I like to be funny. I like to try and be energetic. I like to make people feel like they're in a safe space, having a good time, watching something. So that's also why, if I was watching a Whatnot stream of 50 Cent, bro, I would be paying 10 times the price of this card because he's my goat, So that's also a part of it. Availability. Sometimes you can't find cards on eBay. You can't find cards on website. And I'm like, boom, here's a rare EX Deoxys reverse Lotad. And you're like, oh my gosh, that's the card I need. I need to get it right now. So you gotta be smart on Whatnot. You gotta be smart when you're streaming. Some products do really bad. Like for me, higher end stuff doesn't do very well, because the people in my stream are not necessarily either number one knowing what that card is, so they don't know the value, and number two, they can't afford it. However, on the flip side of things, for me, lower end stuff does a little bit better than other stuff, but if it's a good Pokemon. So for example, Dragonite, this Dragonite right here, a lot of people would write off, whereas for me, I'm like, okay, cool, that might actually do well on my Whatnot, because there's gonna be a Dragonite fan out there. They like the art, they like the card, and especially Ace as well. If you're selling an Ace Grading card, you've got the art label. So this is not something that you'll find everywhere else. It's a display piece, and it's a Mewtwo, and the grade. It's just like plethora of things. I'm freestyling this entire video, by the way, so there's probably a lot of things I'm missing out, but there's a ton of benefits on why live streaming, especially on Whatnot. Whatnot is the market leader in this space. I was going to say they're like the Apple of live streaming, but then I know that's going to cause a lot of drama in the comments as well. But just to know, market leader, they have the audience, they have the platform, they have the marketing behind them, and you might get a Randy raid, which is worth millions. That's not true. That's just a joke. But you see what I'm saying. But again, like I told you, I also run a Shopify store. I also, I'm going to get into vending. I'm also potentially going to open a like physical store as well. So there are certain items that do better and there are certain items that do worse. For example, I bought this binder recently at a card show and I'm going to show you what's inside of it. As you can see here, we've got a lot of what we call mid-era cards. So it's not vintage, it's not modern, it's the mid-era, you know, diamond and pearl, black and white, that kind of era. And there are a lot of cards that I think are really, really sick, but a lot of people don't know what they're from and whatnot, for example. So I've had, you know, experience running this kind of stuff and it didn't do too well for me. What did better was the ultra modern. Let's, for example, take this Charizard V right here. I paid $4 for this in America. Or super vintage stuff like this Lapras right here, fossil. And this is not a amazing condition card at all. And obviously I'm open with my views on that as well. But so like vintage or ultra modern seems to do well. But this mid-era struggles. So today, while KB is packing orders, I'm going to be going through here and sorting out cards that I think will do well and whatnot, and cards that probably or may not. So for example, Articuno. Articuno is a good Pokemon, well-known, Gen 1, and there's also someone in my whatnot that collects Articuno, shout out Jake Sam. So I know that someone will be interested in this immediately, you know? So I'm going to sort that out and probably put it in the whatnot pile. However, let's just take this Probopass, for example. Probopass is not the most popular Pokemon, but it's a cool card from a cool era. But this might be something that someone needs for their master set. You know, they're doing a binder and they need to get it, and they'll search it. They'll search for it and they'll find it, and they might pay a little bit over market to get it in their collection. So I will list that on my store, Pokerend.net, let it sit there, and hopefully one day it's sold. However, that's dead stock. You know, it's like a cost that I'm not going to get for however long it takes for someone to buy that. Whereas on Whatnot, I get the cash instantly. You know, so Whatnot, or like, you know, when it processes, obviously, but I'm saying when you can sell it instantly. You know, but it might be under market. So Whatnot is great for cash flow. It's great for liquidity. It's great for moving items. It's great for margins if you choose the right kind of product. But where it struggles sometimes is you might go for a lower price if you don't do your research. But that's why I'm smart with this. I've got experience in this, and I try and play to the best ability. Sometimes you get a card like this Gyarados right here, and you think, you know what, Gyarados is a super strong Pokemon. This is a really cool era. This might be better in a slab, especially with the Ace label. There we go, boom, because this is a popular Pokemon. So I'll check the condition of this. I've got my light here, look, hold on. I've got my table light. This is on Amazon, £30, the best table light you'll ever find. I'll put a link in. I don't have an affiliate for what Amazon I should do, right? Anyway, there you go. I've got this light right here. I'm gonna look at the card and let's see what we can find. I did buy the binder of someone who said a lot of this stuff won't get 10s because they're a 10 collector. So again, I appreciate them being honest about that. And also, I got this binder by buying the whole thing. This was a seller who had the entire thing. Elements Collect, is it? Elementals Collect or Elements Collect? Element Collect, shout out to them. And again, I often use a tactic of pay in bulk, so I'll buy everything off somebody for a discounted rate. I think I actually could have got this for a little bit less, but that's me learning the trick of the trade, you know. So I'm looking at the back of this card, and yeah, there are a few tiny bits of corner wear, slight edge wear. I can see a print line in the hollow foil as well, but this could get like an 8 or a 9, potentially get a 9. And again, with an Ace label, the price of that might do better than it would do raw. So that one may go in the grading pile, you know. So that's what it's about, really. Obviously, this video today, I'm not going to show you how I source stuff because I'm not out and about. But make sure you subscribe to the channel because I will be doing buyer POVs, I will be doing vendor POVs, I'll be doing videos of me going to card shops and stuff like that. So if you want to see how I source products, make sure you drop a subscribe. I also do pack openings. I'll also show you like the inside of running a Pokemon card business. I've got an online store. Like I said, we've done big revenue on there over the years. It kind of died a little bit when I kind of died a little bit inside. No, I'm kidding. But no, really, I did take a break in Pokemon like 2-3 years. I was kind of away from it. But I'm getting things back in order now. I've got a big warehouse where we do Pokemon there. So hopefully I'll do some videos, you know, the reality or the day in the life of a Pokemon business owner as well. But yeah, I think that covers a lot of stuff. Again, this is not actually like a day in the life of me streaming because I'm not streaming. Although I'm going to be here all day and I'm going to be sorting cards, so I'm going to show you more. But I've kind of waffled for a long time, but I think it's valuable information. But yeah, now I'm going to tidy up the office and I'm going to get the streaming setup done. And you know what? I'll show you the rest of the day. I'll definitely show you the rest of the day. I didn't mean to just talk all this time. It was meant to be like 24 hours of me doing this. So yeah, stick around, keep watching, and I'll show you how I turn this setup from what it is now into something great. I'll show you the ins and outs, and we'll chat to KB as well and see what it's like for him to ship this stuff, you know. One of the biggest cons for me in whatnot streaming and just running Pokemon businesses in general is that like I'm such a degen, so I love to open packs. Even KB is telling me off not to do this. But right now, yeah, like I could get the Lugia special art in here, but also I couldn't, so Yeah, but again, I do it on stream all the time. On my whatnot streams, I ripped 2 of these boxes the other day. Again, like 450, 500 pound boxes, and I actually got nothing in the first one. The second one, I got something good, you know. But I'll let you know if I pull anything from these right here. All right, I'll pull the SR. KV's saying, "Oh man, you should listen to me." It wasn't the Lugia. It was the Reggie Lecky full art. Obviously, not worth the price of the box or worth. The Lugia. That's another reason why whatnot's cool for packs. A lot of people do packs in it because I could just, someone can open a box like this right here, and rather than you're gonna get an SR in that box, rather than buying the whole thing, you just buy a pack and see it open there and then. You can get double hit boxes, so I'll let you know. But I will open the rest of the box as well. DGen. I've got football on right now while I'm sorting through this binder. I bought this in Hawaii actually, or I traded for it in Hawaii. Part slabs, a little bit of cash. But what I'm doing right now is just taking the cards out of the binder. As you can see, they're in top loaders. I need to go through and check the condition. This one here is like near mint to light play. Near mint's a real like ambiguous one because people define it so many different things. Like near mint is a 7, on the grading scale. A lot of people see edgeware and they look at it like it's a 10 and be like, oh, it's got a lot of edgeware. But then you're like, but that's why it's a 7, That's why it's near mint. But anyway, I'm taking these out, putting them in different piles. I've got piles of top loaders here of the different sets, and I'm going to go through them, check the condition, see whether it's worth grading and the value, whether it's worth whatnot or whether it's worth on online store. So and again, this takes time, man. Like it's probably going to take me half an hour just to take these cards. Well, no, maybe like 10, 15 minutes to take the cards out of the binder, maybe 20, and then I've got to sort them. So yeah, when you say like full-time streaming, it's not just clicking live. It's also doing all this like it's not even called admin. We'll make kind of it. It's just like sorting cards. But I love it though. It's so much fun. I'd rather do this than anything else. But still got to do it, All right, KB.
Yes.
You all done?
All good, bro. Yeah, all done, man.
All finished. It's dark now.
Yeah, it was like 80 or 90 orders.
Yeah.
Orders like these 2 bags.
2 bags full.
Yeah.
You got some A submissions that I sent you there.
We've still got a ton of work to do today. I've got to go back, do my whatnot.
Bro, the entire time that you're packing, I've pretty much just sorted cards out. All I've done is take.
Long, bro.
Yeah.
Imagine now, I've got to go home, do
the same thing. Yeah.
I'm going to bed like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. It's stream tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I literally just took cards out of binder and put them in the sleeves.
Yeah, I know. It
takes long, yeah.
Because you've got to be careful as well whilst you're doing it.
Yeah. But how long do you reckon it took you today?
So I started 3, ended like 7:38.
Yeah.
So like, what, 4 or 5 hours?
Yeah, man. Yeah. So it's a big thing in it to do. It's not like people think streaming is only part of it.
No, it's
then you got to do this.
It's not even a packing. It's like getting all the cards together.
Double checking.
Top loaders. You got to write all the numbers on the top loaders.
Yeah.
Put the cards inside. Make sure it's all like good. This and that.
Yeah.
It's
Can be long, but it's good though.
Yeah.
I appreciate it as well.
No, of course.
Thank you.
I mean, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because I get to look at some nice cards.
Yeah.
Get to obviously help the business.
You see the steals as well, don't you?
Yeah, bro. Some cards went for like £10, like 11Xs. I was like, well, I would buy that for more.
Yeah, you got to watch my stream, man.
I know.
Link in description.
I was streaming myself.
Oh, sorry,
I
bro. I'll announce to you. I'll text you when I'm streaming.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll pop some
Yeah. All right, appreciate it though.
Yeah, no worries, man.
I can't lie, I've done a little bit of madness here with organising my streaming setup. So I'm sure you saw it briefly before. Here it is after. Boom, there you go. Much cleaner. I've added a shelf here to put so I had a lot of stuff on the desk. I had this, which is my USB dock, so I plug my laptop into that and it powers the screens and everything else. All the peripherals, peripheral, whatever it is. That's what I plug my camera into. I've got my stream deck there where I can control my stream. And now my desk is much more organized. These are all the cards that I'm restocking on Pokerans. These won't make it into whatnot, ironically, even though this is a live streaming video. But still, again, I had to decide what is not going to be on stream, so it still sort of is, if that makes sense. Here's a Mewtwo I got recently as well, and this is actually going to go on the website as well. But the reason I've done this is that I've got so much more room now to stream and actually use. So for example, if I put the camera over there, you can see when I'm streaming, I've got so much more room to like put cards and stuff. So obviously I need a backdrop to what I'm doing. I'm going to get a breaker board soon to put there. But for example, now I've got all this room. I can have my orders here. My keyboard can go over there. I can be sorting cards here, and it's so much more handy. So much handier. This light again is really cool for when I'm examining cards. I usually, if you want, I can show you how I actually set up my camera. One sec. I had to switch to my iPhone real quick to show you this, but this is how it looks. Obviously on Whatnot, it's a portrait because everyone uses their app to use it. So I'm showing you right now. I have my Osmo plugged in, so the camera I was vlogging on before. I plugged that into my computer. As you can see, I can showcase the cards. Now again, I usually have a background to the stream. I usually put some booster boxes and stuff there, but for now, I don't have that right now. So I'm just showing you this. So obviously I show the card off, and as you can see there, it's on the, hold on, let me just get the exposure right. as you can see, it's on the screen, you know. I've got my Stream Deck. I'm gonna pimp this out properly, make it all really cool for whatnot, but I can just, you know, get rid of my face cam and all that jazz. The annoying part to this is that this light doesn't reach to the plug over there. Now I've moved it, so I need to figure out a fix to that, because as you can see, there's a shadow on my face right now, which is not ideal. But yeah, that is my new setup. That's how I stream. So I stream on OBS. A lot of people just use their phone. You can use your phone. You can just put your phone on like a stand or something. I've got one here that you can just attach your phone to and sort of stream from that, you know. I've also got one that mounts to my desk as well, but I'm still trying to find the perfect setup. And also I have like different locations. I've got my house, my warehouse, my flat, and then here. I'm hoping to consolidate that at some point and try and stream from one location sort of thing, but I've got different work responsibilities, family, and whatnot. Bro, it's such a good name. I keep saying and whatnot, you know? But yeah, that is pretty much the video today, guys. I'll probably do another one in the future, like a day in the life, where I actually stream and actually take you on the journey of maybe like starting a stream and preparing an individual stream, from like getting the products ready to getting the actual stream out there, and I'll show you how I do that. This one was more like the reality of it, and I think the main point is that yeah, you can actually get a lot out of streaming. It can be a very successful and viable business opportunity, or even just like a hobby, you know. You're gonna do something at night, like a side hustle type of thing, definitely fully viable. But also hopefully you learn a few tricks in here and a few like best practices, you know, with the kind of value of stuff. It can be the perfect platform for the perfect types of cards, you know, but other types of cards may struggle a little bit, but that's the nature of it, you know. And ultimately what works for you is best. And then again, the main thing is bringing another audience to what you do, you know. I think with live streaming, people think it's just about the product. It's about two things, I think. Inventory is king, because if you don't have the product, then no one's going to want to buy anything, you know. It's driven by sales first and foremost. But if you're entertaining, if you can give someone a safe space, if you can give the community or your followers or your viewers like a fun, that's what they need to then want to exchange and buy things from you, you know. So for me, I always like to make sure I'm still working on the inventory. I'll be honest, like my inventory right now is the hardest part, making sure I've got enough stuff to auction. You know, a lot of the stuff I've been doing recently is singles, which is great. I've got some breaks coming up, but yeah, you got to always bring things in, bring items in, and that's the part where I think people maybe struggle a little bit. And also people who look from the outside in are like, oh my gosh, these guys are spending so much money. But well, because you have to, it's the business, you know. Tesco, for example, have to stock their shelves. They have to keep items in there, otherwise people ain't gonna buy anything. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this. It's the reality of a full-time streamer. I'm gonna knock every other angle out as well. So we'll do the warehouse, we'll do the online store, all that kind of jazz coming soon. And then hopefully we'll tee that off with the store owner video at some point when I get the store up and running as well. So thanks for watching, guys. Love you all, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.